All right, good evening, everyone. Hello, it's Tuesday, June 2nd. Well, it's crazy that it's already June already, but the months seem to just be flying by. Hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed that we're getting closer and closer to being here in the studio training, but we press on training at our home, doing the best we can and bettering ourselves wherever we can, because honestly, anywhere you go can be your dojo. So we're going to get right to the workout. Warm up a little bit, and then we got some hand combinations where we're going to move in line drill and continue to move line drill style. So make sure you have plenty of space to move three marches forward, and then we're going to do retreating with the hands, and then with the feet we'll just shuffle back and then restart, and then start with the other side forward. So let's begin. We're going to start with the hands. You're going to have one up, one down, like you're running really fast. Loosening up the shoulders. Good, and then we're going to bring them in and out. Opening up the chest. And then we're going to do a twist. Start loosening up the trunk. We're going to put our knuckles on our waist and big hip circles. And then hip circles the other way. And then from here, feet bed shoulder width apart, hands straight out. We're going to do 10 windmills. Hana. Duo. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasat. Go. Yoro. Aho. Yo. All right. So let's get to the. Always usually call this the warm up, but what I should really be calling it is conditioning, because we're making ourselves stronger, and then we're getting to our line drill and practicing our techniques. That's our technical portion. So I do try to give you a very good physical workout in the beginning, sometimes in the end or in the middle. But with these, I've been doing it in the beginning while you're fresh, and then you can work on your technical skill and really focus on those fine motor movements. So with that being said, I've got a number of exercises for our conditioning or warm-up or whatever you want to call it tonight. But the magic number is going to be 20. So if at any point I forget to say we're doing this many, we're going to do 20 of whatever exercise it is. All right, so we're going to start with squats, strengthening up the legs. We always want good stances. We want to be solid. So we're going to do 20 squats. So feet about shoulder width apart, hands up, and we'll count off the 20. Begin. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasat. Go. Yoro. Aho. Yo. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasat. Go. Yoro. Aho. Yo. Good. All right. From here, we're going to go down to the floor, and we're going to do some leg raises. So you're going to lay straight on the floor. Just start with the feet 6 inches up, and then straight up and lower them down without letting your feet slam into the floor. So you should be feeling that in your abs. We're going to count off 20 of those. Here we go. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Yaro. Aho. Yo. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Yaro. Aho. Yo. All right, we're going to pop back up. Next exercise will be lunges. All right, so every time we do both legs, we're going to count. So it'll be one, and then the other one, and that'll be Hana. We're going to do that a set of 20 times. So 20 lunges. Here we go. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Yoga. Yaro. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. All right, shake that off. We're gonna move to some arm exercises. We have push-ups. So 2 different kinds of push-ups tonight. First set of push-ups we're gonna do is our close grip push-ups. So you can either just make your hands really close together or make diamond with your hands, and we're gonna do 20 of those. Do your best with these. You can always modify your push-ups, and a modified push-up, if you're having trouble with the traditional, is to make sure if you're on your knees, to modify, to make it a little bit easier, you should be leaning your weight into your hands to do it properly. You should never have this hunched back or back this way. So you should still be in that straight back position if you're gonna do a modified style push-up or close grip this way. But I'm gonna do them here, traditional way. At home, if you need to modify it, by all means, make sure the push-up is proper. So we're gonna do 20 of our close grip push-ups. Here we go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. All right. Get your breath for a moment. Shake that loose a little bit, because now we're gonna do 20 traditional push-ups. They said the number tonight was 20. So 20 traditional push-ups now. Your normal push-up position, hands right underneath your shoulders, back's nice and straight. Here we go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. Shake that loose. All right, while we're down here, we're going to do a plank. So, plank is an ab exercise. We want to keep our backs nice and straight. Tighten your abs up. Hold that. Do not hold your breath. We never want to hold our breath when we exercise. Make sure you're breathing. All right, so we're going to go elbows down plank. Back's nice and straight. We're going to count off 20 seconds, or count off to 20. Nice and slow. Here we go. Plank position. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. Rest. Now from here, continue with that. We're going to flip over and go for crunches now. Done lots of crunches before. Just traditional set of crunches, making sure your shoulders are coming off the floor. Here we go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. All right, final exercise while we're down here is we're going to bring our feet 6 inches again. Bring your knees in, up, lifting your backside off the floor. Knees come back in, legs come back out. So all the way through it looks like this. Controlling the whole time, using your ab muscles to make sure you're controlled. Do 20 of those. Here we go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, Yo, and relax. Breathe, stretch out. Bring it back up. Bring it up and around. All right, shake that off. You should feel your abs. I feel mine. So it's a good set of abs. We want to have a strong core always. So before we get to our hand and kick techniques, we're going to do some limber up kicks. All right, the magic number for that is 5 aside. So we're going to start out with our legs straight back in a front stance position. We put our hands up, bring us, for the first stretch, bring our leg up to the same shoulder. So we're going to do that 5 times on each side. All right. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Switch. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Switch. You know, opposite shoulder now. Cross your body. Try not to crunch over. Want to keep your back straight. Make your leg do the work. Stretch out your leg. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Switch. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Switch. Do in to out stretch now. If you want to help with the direction your leg should go, take your back hand, put it up, and you're going to swing into your hand. So we have 5 of those on each side. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Switch. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. All right, switch your legs, but not your hand. Kyore. Final stretch kick out to in. So now you bring your back leg to your front hand. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Kyore. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Hasa. Good. And then back to Chumbi. All right. Can you, for a moment, relax, Shao, relax. All right, so we're gonna work on our hand techniques. Again, we're gonna march 3 steps forward. We're gonna retreat with the hands. As we move, especially in front stance, we work on C-step. This is what engages your hips. This is where your power comes from. Really focus on that tonight. I'm not doing anything super fancy with your hand technique, so it gives you plenty of opportunity to focus on your C-step and your hip movement, right? Every hand technique tonight will end with an open hand strike. So that's kind of the theme of our hand techniques is open hand strikes. I'm going to use the Korean. I'll say what it is in English, but again, to help you learn the Korean, especially if you're new to it, make sure you repeat after me at home to start to make that connection between saying and doing. All right, so the first one we're going to do is a Sangdam Maki, high block, E.G. Kwan Su. So one more time, that's a Sangdam Maki, E.G. Kwan Su, high block, I jab. All right, E.G. is 2-fingered, and a Kwan Su is a spear. So we're doing a 2-finger spear. So moving forward 3 and retreating backwards for 3. So from Chumbi, Hana, Do, Set. All right, we're going backwards, so the hand that's out is going to be the first blocking motion. Hana, Do, Set. All right, good. So back to Chumbi for a moment. Next one is going to be Anaso Pakuro Maki, and then Kwansu Konkyak, or Kwansu is a spear hand. So the inside, outside block, Anaso Pakuro Maki, Kwansu Konkyak. And when we do our Kwansu high section, Sangdan section, and think about hitting the throat area. So 1, 2, Sangdan is high. From Chumbi. Hop! 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 All right, retreating backwards. Hop! 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 And then back to Chumbi. All right, next one is going to be Huku Jase. It's our fighter stance. We're going to start out with a Hadan Sudo, low knife strike, low knife block, into a Jang Kwan Konkyak, or a palm strike. So a Hadan Sudo, Jang Kwan, low knife, palm strike, step. As I bring my hips to the opposite side to engage them, and then I fire my reverse strike. So here we go. Hop! 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 All right, retreating now. Hop! 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 And back to Chumbi. Next one in Huku Jase, fighter stance, is going to be a Chongdan Sudo. So middle section knife block, and we're going to do a Yuk Sudo, Konkyak, a rich hand strike. So a Chongdan Sudo, double knife block, into a Yuk Sudo, rich hand strike. 3 times moving forward. Hop! 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 Retreating backwards. Hop! 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 And back to Chumbi. All right, 2 more combinations. These are going to be in Kima Jase, or horse rider stance. And the first one is going to be, we're going to do a Hadan Maki, and we're going to do a Chongdan Konkyak, so a middle punch, reverse punch, and then a Sudo Konkyak. So this is going to be 3 techniques. Hadan Maki, low block. Chongdan Konkyak, middle punch. We're going to Sudo Konkyak to the Sangnak section, high section. So it's a knife chop. One more time. Low block, middle punch, knife chop. From Chumbi. Ha! 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 This time we're going to do it retreating. Hop! 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 And then back to Chumbi. All right, final one. We're going to do 2 punches and then we're going to spin. So we're going to step out, Kima Jase, into a Shungdan Hang Jin. That's a side punch. We're going to go back to that reverse punch. So Chongdan Konkyak, and this hand that's out is going to do our chop. So we're going to spin towards that hand, that back leg, all the way around, and then do that spinning Sudo Konkyak. One more time. I'm going to punch, punch, spin, chop. All right. So for this one, because of the way it spins, and we're going to keep doing the same side, we're going to shuffle back on this one and then start with the opposite side. To do the other, so make sure we can get both sides equal. So from Chumbi, here we go. Ha! 1, 2, 3. Ha! 1, 2, 3. Ha! 1, 2. Oh, almost chopped right through the phone, guys. All right, we're gonna shuffle back. This time we're gonna start with the other side. Ha! 1, 2. Ha! Ha! And then shuffle back. All right, shake that out. A couple deep breaths. One more. All right, so some basic kicking tonight. We're just gonna do combinations of 2 kicks for each combination. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna march forward 3 times, shuffle back, and then switch sides, and then start with the other side forward. So nice and easy. First one, we start with our leg back and our Huku Jase, our fighter stance. We're going to do a Chiki, which is an axe kick, and a Yup Chaki, which is a side kick. So Chiki, Yup Chaki. Huku Jase, ha! 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 Shuffle back, switch sides. Hop, 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 hi-ya, hi-ya, and shuffle back. All right, next one is going to be a Yapuryo Chaki, which is a hook and kick, back of the heel. And then a Duidolio Chaki, which is a returning back kick. So Yapuryo Chaki, Duidolio Chaki. Hands are up, we're ready to go. 3 times forward, shuffle, switch legs. Hop! 1, turn, 2. Hop! 1, turn, 2. Aya! 1, turn, 2. Shuffle, switch, aya! Starting with the other side. Aya! 1, turn, 2. Hop! 1, turn, 2. One more time. Aya! 1, turn, hop, shuffle. All right, next one is Dolio Chaki, Anaso Pakaro Chaki. So Dolio Chaki, round kick, Anaso Pakaro Chaki, inside outside kick, hitting with the knife edge, the outside edge of the foot. So one more time, Dolio Chaki, Anaso Pakaro Chaki. Make sure you have plenty of room. Shuffle back, switch sides. I did that backwards. Let's do it the right way this time. Round, inside out, shuffle back. Yes, folks, not only do I talk to myself, sometimes I sing to myself to make sure we got it right. All right, but we always go back and do it the right way, right? Correct. Okay, next one. Pakiso Anro Chaki. Outside to inside. Spinning Aneso Pakaro Chaki. We're going to bring that leg all the way back around so then we can Pakiso Anro with the other side. So one more time. Pakiso Anro, out to in, spinning. Aneso Pakaro. Bring it back around. If you're having trouble with the spin or you just don't have enough room, just do an out to in and then an in to out the spin. All right, hands up. Here we go. Hop, hi-ya, hop, hi-ya, hop, hi-ya. And shuffle back. Other leg is forward now. Hop, hi-ya. Hop! 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 Ayo! Good. All right. Next one. Up Chaki, bit Chaki. So up Chaki is our front kick. Bit Chaki is our diagonal kick. So we got to get our hips really into that kick, bringing the ankle pointing towards the ceiling and kicking out to the outside edge of the body. So some people call this a reverse round kick because the foot is flipped in the opposite manner. Whatever helps you remember. The traditional name is a bit Chaki or diagonal kick. 3 times forward, shuffle the legs, and then 3 times again. Hop! Ayo! Hop! Hop! Ayo! Shuffle back. Other side. Hop! Ayo! Hop! And shuffle back. Last one for the evening. Aneso Pakaro Chaki. So we're back to the inside, outside, crescent kick, and Yapuryo Chaki. Back to the hook kick. So they make, if you see us, they make similar motions. One, I'm up and down with the hips in the normal position. Then I gotta turn them over almost like a side kick position to make sure I get my heel around. All right, so a little more of an extreme of a hip turn. Guess which one's more powerful? Hook kick. All right, here we go. Hop! 1, 2. Hop! 1, 2. Last one. 1. Hop! Shuffle back. We'll switch to the sides. Hop! 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 last kick technique. Let's get a good stretch in real quick before we go for the evening. Nice long front stretch. Switching sides. I like doing stretches that mimic our stances. If I want to get a lower stance, sometimes it's harder to get a lower stance because you don't have as good of a stretch. So you're going to stretch that out. Sometimes it's a strength issue. So that's why we do our lunges and our squats. So everything has a solution if you look hard enough for it. At least in our training it does. Switch sides. Turn your toes over, knee down, but don't touch the floor. Nice good lunge stretch. Now put that knee on the floor, give it a little bit extra right in here. I'm gonna do that extra stretch tonight. Reach back for your foot, pull it up there. Very nice. Let that go onto the floor. Sit back on it, point those toes straight up to the ceiling, take that opposite side, reach across. We're going to press into that straight leg, put it flat on the floor, bend it, pop that other one up, and we have our half side, half split on the one side. Very good. From here, we're going to press into that foot, into our lunging stretch without touching the floor with our knee. Hold that for a couple seconds. Now put the knee on the floor, press in, do a little bit extra. Good. Now reach back, grab that foot, pull it up in there, get that little bit extra stretch. Good. Put that down, sit back, reach with that opposite side, pull through. Feel that in your hamstrings. Good. Now we're going to press into that foot, into the half split to the other side. Sumo stretch. Both feet, take the elbows, press in. Good. Hand center, press out, straighten the knees, hang down. Get a little bit of wiggle. And as you're wiggling, imagine somebody pulling up on your if you're wearing a belt. This is pulling up to the ceiling, stretching out those hamstrings. This has a fancy name in Qigong. It's I honestly forget, it eludes me right now, but it's something along the lines of ox shaking tail. But that's kind of the idea when you're stretching out your hamstrings. You want to imagine you have a tail and stretching it back and forth. So now we're going to take your legs, walk those feet in. Feel the stretch change just a little bit because now we're hitting different parts of your hamstrings. Hold it there for a second or two. Bend those knees, press up, shake it off. And that is our class. Awesome job if you participated at home. Make sure you're checking in and letting me know that you attended. And even if you watch it after on the replay, post that you watched it on the replay. Or send me a message on an email or messenger or something like that. Just let me know that you've done the class. And again, keep those videos coming. Very hopeful that we're getting closer and closer to being here in class. But as I said in the beginning, everywhere is our dojing. We're doing the best. We're being true martial artists, and we're adapting to the current situation. So we're training, we're keeping our skills up, and we're working together until we can get to a more optimal situation. All right. So great class, everyone. Kenyet. We got our right hand up. La Tung Su. 1, 2, 3. Tung Su.